3, 2, 1, 2. Jukebox 2. I'm here. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jay Burritos, and I am welcoming you to a new episode of Jukebox 2, reporting to you live from the quarantine bunker that I'm in, aka the studio that I always record in. Except this is my room for the next week because your boy is infected. He finally popped his COVID cherry and actually got it at the worst possible time that I could possibly get it. So let me give you a little background on what's been going on in my life. But before I do that, let me tell you that today's episode is going to be a blast. It's actually a music conversation that I've been holding on to for the last few weeks with my boy Bloodbath that I'm getting ready to release to y'all after I tell you what's been going on in my life. So we're actually going to be talking about music today. And before we get to that conversation, I just want to catch you up on what's been going on in my life this past week. Before I get into that, I want to thank you all for the amazing response from last week's episode. I saw a lot of, I was really worried when I got into that conversation because I didn't really have a script and I was kind of talking and looking at the camera. And I was worried that I was going to start rambling and that people would just kind of tune out. But I got a lot of really positive comments and a lot of positive reinforcement from y'all to let me know that, like, sometimes I can just ramble on about whatever and y'all will still listen to me and check it out and actually relate to it and tell me how you related to it. So I just want to say thank you for all of the positive comments that you guys left on YouTube, on Twitter, all these other places. Also, if you are listening to me, if you're listening to this show on streaming services, whether it's Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Pocket Cast, wherever you get your podcasts, I would really appreciate it if you would leave a 5-star review and leave some comments about what you like about the show so far, so I can read those and be inspired and also, change the show up a bit if I need to. So I appreciate all that. Anyway, I'm sick. Luckily, I'm double vaccinated and I'm boosted, so the symptoms are pretty mild. I'm obviously good enough to sit here and record, but this is like my third day of having it. The first 2 days were pretty bad. Like, I wasn't coughing a whole lot. Thank goodness. It's not like, I don't feel it in my lungs. I don't really feel it in my head. I know I sound worse than I feel, but it's my body. Like, my body is in pain right now. Like, it feels like I went on a 50-mile bike ride every day for like the past few days and my body has just not recovered at all. You know that feeling when you get the flu or you get the cold and your body kind of shifts between hot flashes and cold flashes, like I'm on menopause. That's what my body feels like right now. Where right now I'm actually pretty hot even having this conversation. But if I turn on the fan, I will get goosebumps on my body that hurt. And I don't want that at all. So anyway, let me back it up a little bit. This past Monday, I went to the Bad Bunny concert, which is supposed to be on a Tuesday. But for some reason they moved it up a day. Wasn't too mad about it. Got stuck in traffic around Truist Park. I still do not fully understand why they moved the baseball stadium from where it was in Turner Field to Truist Park over in Marietta. Don't understand that at all. The layout and infrastructure over there is not built for the kind of traffic that comes through that area. And it was awful. Like, it's a 25 minute trip from where I live to the park. And it took us 2 hours to park, which is crazy. We got into the stadium just as Bad Bunny was coming on. Thank goodness. And we had really good seats. And it was a really awesome concert. It was amazing. Only thing, because we got there a little late, we didn't get the cool little wristbands that everybody else had where he would play certain songs or certain parts of the songs and they would like light up and you could see it across the room. I'm going to put in some footage. If you're watching on YouTube, I'll put in some footage because I took some. But it was really cool. I actually saw they had those wristbands at the Weeknd concert too, which I didn't go to, but I'm skipping ahead. Monday, went to the Bad Bunny concert, had a great time. Me and Danny, it was her birthday gift. No, it was her anniversary gift that I bought a while back, and we got really good seats, and it was like a once in a lifetime kind of experience. It was honestly the biggest concert that I've ever been to. And because it was outdoors, I was pretty lax about, we didn't bring a mask. I wasn't like really touching people or like, doing anything crazy like that. But, the vid is everywhere. And because I've been immune, not immune, but because I had escaped it for the past 2.5 years, it's easy to get that hubris, to get that ego of like, I ain't worried about it, baby. You know what I'm saying? So I was in there jamming, sweating it out, and at some point I guess the vid said, well, since you let your guard down, I mean, come on in there. I mean, that place was packed, y'all. When I tell you there was not an empty, the only empty seats were the seats that they didn't sell behind the stage. You know how there's always by the way, for people that are listening, and not watching, I coughed away from the mic, so you're not gonna get COVID from this episode. Okay, I'm not gonna give it to you. Don't worry about it. I'm being safe for your behalf. Anyway, the concert was Monday, and Thursday was supposed to be the weekend concert, which shout outs to my friend Kiera, aka Dolphin Girl, who bought us tickets. I think she bought them around my birthday, and her birthday is this coming week, and hopefully I'm negative by the time her birthday comes around, because I would hate to not see her. It would be, kind of sucky. But anyway, she bought us weekend tickets way back in the day when they first went on sale. And I was really excited to go see the weekend. And I was going to meet up with my friends Jordy and my friend Megan. And also my friend Candy Boo, friend of the show, came into town this weekend because, she is the biggest weekend stan that I know. And I hadn't seen her since before the pandemic. The last time I saw her was March of 2019. Yeah, it was a year before the pandemic. So it was going to be like a nice little family reunion and, hugging folks, kissing folks and all the other good stuff, being real intimate and affectionate. But Thursday morning, I woke up and I was feeling fine, but I had a bit of a scratchy throat. And as the day went by, like I went to go get a haircut and I was running some errands around town. And I just kind of felt like, I'd be sitting down, like I was sitting in the barber's chair, I was sitting in my car, or I'd be sitting here at my desk and I'm like, damn, my body hurts for some reason. So I just figured, okay, I'm just going to stretch it out before I go to the weekend concert. I haven't been doing yoga in a few weeks. So my body is, and I haven't been going biking or anything. So my body is just tight. So I didn't think anything of it. Then I called Danny before I hopped in the shower, before Kiera came over when we started getting ready for the weekend concert. And I was like, yeah, I think my throat is a little scratchy and my back kind of hurts a little bit. And she was like, oh, you better take a COVID test just in case. And I was like, again, in my head, I'm like, I ain't got COVID, man. This ain't COVID. I'm just, it is what it is. I've been smoking a lot lately. Maybe I just need to clean out my bowl. It's not that big of a deal. And I was getting ready to play it off. But she suggested I take a COVID test. So I went and hopped in the shower. And after I got out the shower, I got the little at-home tests that Byron is sending in the mail. And I put, I did the whole kit, put the whole thing together, swab my nose, both sides, blah, blah, blah. Did a little drip, put it in there. And they say wait 20 minutes, but as the water bleeds over onto the test, you can kind of get a head start on what you're going to get. So 5 minutes in, I see, and I've tested before before I went to Disney World, I thought I might've been sick with COVID because that was a really bad cold, but it was just a cold. And I tested twice before then and I was negative both times. But this time, Thursday, hopping out the shower, getting ready to go to the weekend concert, the water starts to kind of bleed over into the strip and I see the C and the T get aligned. And if you see them double lines, that's positive. That means you got it. So I was like, nope, I refuse to believe it. That cannot be true. Sometimes these tests have false positives. So as that one was going, I said, okay, well, let me take another one. So as I was waiting on that one to finish up, even though, like I said, it said that it was positive. And I'm at that point, I'm in the bathroom right now with the door closed. And I didn't tell Kiera this is what I was doing. And I'm in there like, oh, fuck. Like Jordy just called me like, hey, you want to go grab a drink? And Candy Boo was like, hey, come on up to the hotel. Like, we're going to have some drinks. And I'm like, cool. Yes, I can't wait to see y'all. And I'm sitting there looking at this test like, fuck. Like it was bad. And for those that don't know me, like I do nervous laughter when I'm upset. I'm not really upset now because it's been days, but I am upset that I missed that fucking concert. But anyway, took that test, just got done talking to my friends, and I'm in panic mode trying to figure out like what the hell am I getting ready to do? Like clearly I cannot go out like this. I cannot go see my friends and potentially get them infected, especially folks literally coming from out of town to come see this. And I hate to leave. You come here and you leave with COVID. That would be terrible. So I took another test right after that and they both came up positive. So I was just like in the bathroom. No, by the time I took the second test, I hopped out the bathroom and I told Kiera, I said, hey, so please don't hate me. This is not my fault. I don't know how this happened, but I might have COVID. And I took the second test and the second test came up positive. And because I had only hugged Kiera when she first came in the house, she took a test too. And luckily hers came up negative and she took a test the next day, yesterday. And, she also came up negative. So thank goodness I didn't spread it to her. And also thank goodness that Danny told me that I should take a test and that I took it before I left, because like I said, I would have felt absolutely terrible. I would have seen at least like 5 or 6 people. And because I hadn't seen him in a while, like I said, I was going to be hugging, kissing, all that good stuff. And it would have been terrible. And I'm glad that I did not leave and get the rest of my friends sick. But I am super upset that like I'm going to get COVID now of all times. This is concert week. I've been looking forward to these concerts for months and fucking sucked. So I give all that to say, let you know that COVID is still out here, and do not let up on the masks. Do not let up on your precautions. Don't just be touching shit. Bring your hand sanitizer out and don't play. Because right now, like I said, even as I'm recording this episode, I'm having like hot flashes as I'm talking to y'all. It's hot. And it's not even hot in the house. Like I got the AC on like 70 degrees, but I'm hot. And it's not cool. So anyway, if you've had COVID already, let me know what your experiences have been. Because like I said, I'll probably be over this in a few more days. But I just want to know like what your experiences have been like. So far, like I said, I got a cot set up in the studio where I record, and I've been sweating through my clothes and chilling out and drinking Gatorade and Dayquil and ibuprofen and all the other good stuff. But y'all just let me, I'm fine, because obviously I'm fine enough to record this episode. I'm just like pissed and in a bit of pain. But I appreciate y'all listening to all that if you made it this far. The weekend concert looked lit. I had a lot of friends that took pictures, took videos, super jealous. It is what it is. It's the only time I've ever wanted to go to a weekend concert. So like I said, still pretty mad about that. But anyway, I want to know, before we get into today's conversation, I want to know what music you've been listening to this last week. I know Meg Thee Stallion just dropped a new album, Traumazine, which I listened to yesterday, and I enjoyed it. We can get into more Meg if you want to at some point, but I enjoy her music, and I enjoy her personality more than I enjoy her music. I'm gonna be honest about that, because I know that it's not made for me. If I hear it in the club, in the right setting, and I see everybody, getting down to it, I'm gonna be like, all right, yeah. But I don't think I'm gonna go out of my way to listen to it. And that's not an insult, because like I said, the music is pretty good, and she got bars. It's just not it's not like easy listening. It's not my cup of tea to listen to at all times, but it's always like consistently good. And then I know Hudson Mohawk, aka Hudmo, one half of Tonight, did some producing for Kanye West around the Yeezus era. He dropped his new album, Cry Sugar, which I haven't heard yet, but I'm excited to listen to that. So those are 2 albums that I will be listening to this week. Still running Renaissance into the fucking floor, even though I can't really, my body is not, you won't break my soul. I'm like, you might not break my soul, but you might break my back. You know what I mean? I'm in pain. So I've been running that album into the ground more recently, as I've been doing for the past 2.5 weeks. We had a fun little moment on stream where my boy OG Buck Nasty, shout out to Buck, came through. I can't remember how we started making fun of West Side Gun and, how he be rapping sometimes. And please don't kill me. It's all jokes. But, I'm not the biggest fan of the way that he raps. And sometimes I feel like he comes on to like R&B albums or other people. I didn't know that Joyce Rice was signed to Griselda. I learned that in my stream. Shout out to Twitch, twitch.tv/jburritos. I learned that in my stream that Joyce Rice was signed to West Side Gun. So when I said he came through and ruined her album, like the pacing of it on West Side Gun's interlude, he was like, oh yeah, actually she signed to the label. And he dropped some other songs, like some horny ass songs where he was just saying some wild shit like, come here, bitch. I'm a finger fuck you sideways. You're saying all this other kind of crazy shit. And I hate it. But it was a fun moment during the stream, and we learned some things. That's all I got to talk about right now. We're going to get into this conversation with my boy Bloodbath. And we're going to talk about an album a mixtape that is very near and dear to me. And I hope you enjoy that conversation. Ladies and gentlemen, we are here, and by we, I mean me and my special guest are here to talk about a very special album. I'm a couple weeks late on talking about it, but it don't matter because it's my show. I talk about what I want, when I want, and that's the great thing about having your own podcast, is that you get to invite anybody on to talk about whatever you want. And this thing that we're getting ready to talk about, this album, this mixtape, is very important to me, and I think I brought on somebody that can match my energy and that can also add their own perspective to the table. So I'm gonna try to do a cold intro, just thinking off of all the many things that they do. We've got Hold It Down podcast host and creator, right? We've got Dead End Games host, audio engineer behind lots of Dead End projects, and also the unofficial official hype man for the BZ430 versus Majestic Madness 15 karaoke. We got Bloodbath in the building, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for having me. Thank you for having me. During that rundown of accolades, I noticed that most of them were slightly adjacent to the truth, but I was like, you know what? It's close enough.
Slightly adjacent. Give me the okay. I gave y'all the 80% version. He gonna give you the 100%. Let's try that again. Take two.
Okay. I'm just gonna
give me the real rundown.
Slight corrections. All right. I'm not the host of Dead End Gaming. I'm the producer for Dead End Gaming. DBZ's technically the host. He'll never know what he's talking about, but he's technically the host. But Dead End, I'm not the audio guy. I know people think I'm the audio guy. I'm not the audio guy. We have an audio guy. I'm like the live guy, like the live stream production guy. So
there it is.
If this happens during a live stream, it's me.
There it
is. If we ever go live, just assume I'm somewhere in the room making sure it's working. So yeah, I handle all the live streams. I'm just a producer for various things over there at this point. Hold It Down, that was very accurate. Everything over there on the Hold It Down front, you said
that's you.
Was true.
There it is. Okay, and
one more thing to correct. I'm not the hype man. I'm the manager for BZ430. It's not the same thing.
I was trying to figure out whether hype man, manager, agent, what was the correct word.
My client BZ430 respects me as his manager. He doesn't downgrade me to hype man. He knows to respect me as his manager.
And I'm gonna follow in those footsteps, and I'm gonna make sure that I put some respect on your name. So I do apologize. Yes. Okay. Let me ask you a random question before we get into the topic at hand. Did you ever watch Adventure Time?
I've seen it a couple times, but it wasn't my show. Okay, like that. I was more of a regular show guy.
I understand that too. I was into Adventure Time the first few seasons. I feel like there was an episode where there was like this cat who had like this approximate knowledge of shit. Like he kept saying everybody's names wrong. He was like, I think you might be over here. Like he just did exactly what I just did with like all them facts. So
where he was like, he had like 90% of the truth, right, but then that last 10% was the most important part.
He's like,
that he didn't have.
Exactly. It was just like he was almost there. So not too bad for my first intro back. Being 80% there.
Anybody else, it would have been very accurate, but
Come on, dog. Man, this album, this mixtape, Childish Gambino's royalty. I've been sitting on it. Been wanting to do some of these kind of like 10th anniversary, 5th anniversary. I like nice round numbers, and I like going back and talking about albums that have been sitting for a while and seeing if they still hit after a while, So yep. Childish Gambino's royalty mixtape came out on the 4th of July, 2012, back when I was a wee lad of 20 in college. Dropped literally 4th of July. How old were you?
2012, 4th of July, I was in my senior year of high school. Okay, so I was like 18?
18.
17?
Okay, that's 17.
Like at least one of those numbers.
Okay, absolutely. Yeah, it was I think it was summer break. I was at the Art Institute, and Camp had been out for what, like 8 months? Camp came out in November of 2011. And this mixtape right here is part of the reason why I give it's part of the reason why I give Camp so much shit, because pre-royalty I didn't know he could do what he did on this album. Like he is absolutely he's a punchline master. He knows how to say something for shock value and like kind of get you real quick, but like royalty felt like he stepped into a totally different dimension, at least when it came to the rap shit. I was floored on every level. I was totally not expecting what this mixtape was. I was introduced to so many artists that I end up listening to on the regular through this, and it just means a lot to me. So I want to bring it to the table and talk about it.
Okay, I feel you now. This tape meant a lot to me too, mainly because in my small town of Spring Hill, Florida, which if nobody's ever heard of it, don't look it up. It's pointless. I was.
You got to zoom in real hard, or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
I was the only Childish Gambino fan I knew amongst my group of friends, and even like so, Quan, my co-host on Hold It Down Pod, we've been boys since back then in our hometown.
Oh wow, okay.
And even Quan was like, bro, I don't know how you listen to this Childish Gambino nigga, because I've been listening to I was listening to his cul-de-sac. So cul-de-sac was like, yo, it's something here.
Uh-huh.
And
Uh-huh.
then Camp, I enjoyed Camp. I really did. I know some people didn't. I was like, yo, this is good, y'all. I'm telling y'all. Quan was like, man, if you don't turn this shit off. And then and when royalty came around is when I was finally able to convince my friends that, yo, this nigga's as good as I've been telling y'all. Now it's just more accessible.
Yeah.
And they was like, you know what? This ain't bad. This nigga, he got some bars. So Camp was like my version of, oh, this nigga's good. And then royalty was everybody else's version of, this nigga's good.
That's fair. That's fair. See, I had to get dragged into Childish Gambino stand-up. I'm kind of closer to where Quan is, to be honest. Like I had friends in college that were listening to him. Even I mean, like I don't even think this was cul-de-sac. I think it was like the Sick Boy Poindexter days.
Those definitely
I am not a rapper. You know, those mixtapes, and I would be listening to him, and he had this like, "Hey, doobie, abba, get you in the." It had this like nasally Lil Wayne flow, and I was like, "What are y'all talking about? Right? Get this shit." And then also it was like he was doing the meme rap because he was rapping with the Spider from Aqua Teen Hunger Force, and I was what's that? MC Chris, is that his name? So I was confused. I thought it was because he was a comedian. I thought it was okay. Well, maybe this is just a joke. I'm not supposed to. But like, I had friends that were like, no, this dude is legit. And I think it was EP for me. EP. I heard Do You Like off a Cul-de-sac, and I love that Adele sample, and I was like, holy shit. And that unironically got me into Adele.
I definitely feel you.
Then it was Freaks and Geeks off of EP. I saw the music video, and sorry, Danny just came in. I tried to play it off, but I couldn't do it.
Nigga got mesmerized by his wife. That's what's supposed to happen.
Yeah, I tried. Yeah, my bad.
That's what's supposed to happen.
But yeah, Freaks and Geeks off of EP came out, and I saw the music video for it, and that's one of the songs. But giving him some credit, that was the song where I was like, holy shit. Okay, hold on, dude. Like he got a flow to it, like he got a swagger to him. Like I said, the punchlines was that's one of those songs where I think it all came together, and I really did like Camp when it first came out. I don't want to front like I didn't. I changed my mind now because I feel like every project post Camp is so much better than Camp that it like makes me feel like, okay, well, why weren't we doing this from the beginning? But also, you know, artists got to have room to progress. But
he needed time to find his voice, kind of like you said, because everything before EP, his voice was weird.
It was somebody else, man. It was like he was cosplaying other rappers, and it was just strange.
That was the main complaint that like my friends would give me, like, bro, turn this shit off. Why nigga rap like that?
And I'm not even like a hip hop head, you know what I mean? Like I'm not the conscious like, yo, you sound like this, you gotta sound like, you know what I mean? Like it just did not hit the ear right for me.
I understand. Look, you wasn't the only person saying that.
Yeah,
I was one of the brave few who was able to look past it. I was like, nah, bro, it's some bars here. Because all tape you listen to, I'm gonna be honest with you. I started with Cul-de-sac. I went back, listened to Poindexter and Sick Boy, and I came to the conclusion these are bad. But you know what? there are a couple decent songs here and there. And then like my thing about him, right? He came out at a time for me where I was surrounded in my small town by people who thought that Drake was the best thing that ever happened to hip hop. And to me, I dislike Drake because people kept trying to tell me the man could sing. Okay. Man cannot sing. So Drake has one note, just one.
You don't like that? You don't like the whiny monotone?
It's not a bad note. He only got the one. He only got the one. People are like, oh no, Drake is sang. He cannot sing. So I always make the comparison. Childish is a better version of Drake than Drake is. Because Childish actually has the vocal range to rap and sing well. Even on Cul-de-sac, when you listen to songs like So Fly, the vocal range it takes to sing So Fly.
That's like, a good one. That's a good one.
Come on now, Drake can't make a So Fly. He can't. Literally, his voice can't do it.
You're right. No, I mean, like I said, Drake got that, and we know. I mean, shout outs to Honestly Nevermind, the album he came out with this year. We know even from listening to that one, like. Drake's whole mode is that like monotone, like I'm gonna hit you in this range, and then he'll hit you with the I'm gonna go up real quick. Like, it's just what he.
Nah,
that's kind of his thing. But
nah, it's
you
not
know,
it.
I hear
Also,
you.
shout out to the point of you made about Adele. I completely agree that Do You Like the sample did make me listen to Adele more. Also, Big Crit when he sampled Adele
Mm,
on Crit was here. I forget what song it off the top of my head, but he definitely sampled Adele on the song. It was like, yo, who the fuck is this?
yeah.
And then also Wale, well, no one ever heard rappers. He was talking about Adele, like, yo, this white girl could sing.
See,
So all of hip hop is what made me listen to
they
Adele.
know. They
That's
know
it. She
exactly.
is killing it.
Yes. Yes.
She's amazing.
Thank you. Thank you for giving credit where it's due. Let's talk about this mixtape and how,
Okay.
in my opinion, it just like blew up. it blew up Childish Gambino in my mind to where I was just like,
Yes.
holy shit, bro! I did not know you could be rapping like this. I mean, he literally comes out the gate. We ain't them like swinging. I mean, I didn't even catch that reference at the beginning. You know, where he says niggas that stop texting after 1.6. When he first said that shit, I was like, what is he talking about? And I had to go back and see that, you know, Pitchfork gave his album, Camp, gave it a 1.6. And I was like, holy
Yep.
shit. And that's a 1.6 out of 10 for people that don't be on
Yeah.
Pitchfork like that.
A lot of people did not like Camp.
I ain't
They
never
did not.
seen, like, I know a certain artist that critics don't really fuck with that everybody likes, like Kid Cudi. You know, he just does not review well with critics, but I did not know it was that bad. Like, because
Camp
Camp
was carried off the back of Bonfire. And if you didn't like Bonfire, people's, oh no, this Bonfire song is crazy. Then they said, but the rest of this though, nah, this ain't it. So it did not get the respect it deserved when it first came out. And then kind of like Stan Sheeran, people was like, this is good. Then they heard him after that and it was like, but everything else is better. So now we're gonna go back to saying this ain't all that, you know. It's a cyclical story with this one.
I hear it. Where are we at next? One Up, the song with that's his brother with him.
Steve G. Lover,
Steve
yeah.
G. Lover, his brother. That's hot.
I fuck with that song. That's one of my favorite songs off this whole tape.
Man, Black Faces with Nipsey Hussle, bruh. That, like, sometimes I put that song on, like, when I just, like, if I'm at the beginning of a bike ride, I'm at the beginning of like a workout or something, like, it instantly pumps me up. That shit is
Yeah.
like, Nip
It's
comes
a good
in,
warm-up
no
song.
punch. You know what I mean? Like, it's such a good warm-up song. Like, just,
Yeah.
bro, I'm going somewhere. Love that song. Unnecessary with Schoolboy Absol, my nigga. Like, for those that don't know, I stream on Twitch, and my unnecessary sound effect comes from this song. I was familiar with Kendrick already because I had been listened to Overly Dedicated, and then by this time, I think Section 80 came out in 2011. So I was familiar with him, and I was familiar with Schoolboy and Absol, but I hadn't listened to their projects yet.
Oh, okay.
And both of them came. I said, nah, I'm crazy. I'm insane. I need to go check both of them out, and I'm so glad that I did. That song is insane.
I'm glad you did too.
Yeah.
Because at this point, I was deep in Camp TD. Anything TDE came out with, I was gonna listen to. Because I was heavy with all the Black hippies. So
yeah. See, I was new. I can't even front.
Okay.
Like I very much got onto the TDE wave, like around Section 80, and then like after this mixtape when I was like, hold up now. And I went and listened to what Schoolboy had with Habits and Contradictions, and I was like, yeah, that shit is fire. And then Absol came out with Control System. Was that 2012 or 2013? I can't remember. But both of them albums, I was like, nah. Like, I'm Team Black Hippie forever. Absolutely.
Yeah. Had to be, because I'm telling you, bro.
Bruh.
Like Schoolboy, like when it comes like, this isn't a conversation about TDE. We're here talking about royalty.
But we're also
telling
stepping down. You know, I'm saying that, like, I got into a lot of these artists through this mixtape, so it makes sense to kind of go on these little tangents real quick. So I'm with you,
man.
Yeah.
Schoolboy, bro. Like I was Team Kendrick, but people kept trying to act like Schoolboy wasn't who he is. I'm like, bro, have y'all listened to this man's projects? He makes amazing music. Yeah, Kendrick is technically a better rapper, obviously, but like Schoolboy, his shit is great, bro. Like, I don't know. I've always been a huge Schoolboy fan. He like, to me, with him and Kendrick, like, it depends on the day for me on who my favorite member at TDE is. It really between those two.
Yeah.
Absol is a close third. I think Absol, he ain't put out nothing in a minute for me to keep him in the conversation.
He put out a single recently that I really liked. But
that's it.
Yeah, you're right about that. But like the last album, I wasn't too crazy about. But no, yeah, for a while, I think Schoolboy was like, I think he was like the vibe master of Black Hippie, or just TDE for a minute until like Isaiah came along.
Because Schoolboy used to really rap. Like, if you listen to like Setbacks, he used to really rap on his old stuff. But then he started getting money off just making the hype songs like Collard Greens and Man of the Year. He's like, I don't
Right.
even got to rap as hard and still get paid. Shit, it was working.
So let's man, we're only 5-6 songs into this thing. Should have known is a nice little, it brings the mood
Yes.
down a little bit, but
I like that one.
he's singing on that one, rapping as
Hold
well.
up, you skip R.I.P.
No, I didn't. That's
went
the I thought I went. I'm at unnecessary. Should have known. Now I'm at RIP with Bun B.
Okay, my bad. I was looking at the order wrong.
Yeah. Okay. So there's RIP with Bun B, and then one of my favorites. I mean, I am gonna skip RIP, and that is not one of my favorite songs.
It's not one of mine either.
Just being honest. It's a little slow to me, but American Royalty comes on.
Yeah.
It's something about like the way that RZA be rapping sometimes, and then with like the Hypnotic Brass Orchestra on top of it, that shit was crazy. And then the beat flips, and Childish just goes the fuck in for a minute. I was like, bruh.
And the way I feel about that song, the first time I heard it, I was like, what's happening on this song? Right? I was just so confused, like, what is going on?
Because it was literally just like, it's like chaotic brass, and then like RZA, yo, you know how to roof, he just doing it. And I was like, I mean, okay, I'm rocking with it enough, but then like it started to get into a nice little groove. It's like the brass started kicking, like they got into that melody, and then RZA was like trading verses with the brass, and and then like I said, the beat flipped, and then Childish just blacks out. I was just like, that's the put her in the club. All she want to hear is Waka. That's that song, right? And put her in the crib. All she want to hear is Waka.
She jerk when I move like an old man pop.
Bruh.
Yes.
Oh my God.
That's kind of song where the pieces of it sound weird, but once you put them all together, I was like, yo, this actually worked.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a chaotic song, but I love it so much. It may be Glamour Life is kind of like a little interlude with Ghostface. It just feels like it's a nice little halfway. We're gonna chill it out real quick. Or that's what I would say.
I feel the same way.
But
it's also my question is like, so at this point, he's only really had one successful studio album with Camp, and a lot of people didn't really like it. So then I was confused. How is he getting these Wu-Tang connections if most of hip hop don't even like it?
I was like, yo, what is I'm looking at this whole track list. I was gonna wait till the end to kind of make that point, but let's just go ahead and say it. Like, I agree with you 100%. Where did these names come from? Because I agree with you.
I don't know.
I didn't see these people like intersecting in the same circles. Like maybe I was just missing what was going on behind the scenes, but like I agree with you. Like once I was like reading the reviews and just kind of seeing how like, I don't know, the quote unquote hip hop community at large was talking about Childish Gambino at the time. These aren't the kind of names that you pull after an album like Camp.
At all.
Like Bun B, RZA, Ghostface.
It don't make
like Beck.
No.
What the Tina Fey, yeah, because he did 30 Rock. That makes sense. But like, come on, man. What?
Danny Brown made sense because they're both kind of offbeat dudes.
And I can see Chance the Rapper too.
Yes.
But yeah, like that top half, I was just like, huh? But again,
these niggas actually like you. That's what I kept saying.
Bruh,
like, wait a minute.
And they did not come to play. That's all. Like they all came bringing fucking heat.
They respected his ability,
right?
Clearly,
including Danny Brown. Who this is my first time ever hearing Danny Brown. I lost my fucking mind. Like I had not heard Triple X. Yeah, I hadn't heard any of his other stuff.
I was familiar with that.
Man, first of all, I mean, of course, the Britney Spears sample, like the beat comes on crazy, and this man, I had never heard nobody rapping like him ever in my life. The man is crazy. I was just like, flow so pneumonia, your dick want my bone. I'm like, come on, dog.
I know you was confused.
I listened to that song so many times because the first time I was like, he's saying words because I heard him say, and cheese came with it like a snatch of pepperoni. I said, hold up, bro. I said, wait. He's not just speaking gibberish right now. This man is delivering.
He was like, you know what? On second listen, I get where this is going. I might need to run that shit back. This nigga might be saying something.
It was such a treat. It was just like, wait a minute, this nigga on some other shit right now, and I love it. And that's just, this whole album was just like chaos up to this point. It's just like, this is some shit that should not be working right now, but is working, and I'm living for it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know.
Danny Brown is always a character because like I seen interviews from him before, and he one of the people where he from the hood. But he all tell you, bro, I don't like being in the hood. That shit ain't fun. I don't want to do this shit.
Exactly.
Like,
I love
that shit is not cool.
Yeah, I love that he is still so goofy. Like I haven't tuned into. He got a new podcast out now.
Oh, I know. I haven't seen it, but all the clips from it are gold.
Exactly, they are fucking hilarious. I need to check it out. Yeah, we keep going. Silk Pillow. I like that song. It's like a nice little. You don't like? Oh, you don't like it? Oh,
no,
okay.
This is where we start getting into the things I didn't like.
Yeah, so I will say that first half is so strong that the second half can't keep up. Like I think it was after Toxic. I mean, it is a couple more good songs in there that are like, okay, these are really really good. But like this first half was like immaculate, and then there are a few songs in here that are like, eh. And I can see why Silk Pillow is one of them. I think I just like I like the beat on that one, and
I like parts of Silk Pillow, but all of it together, no.
Yeah, ironically, I think I like Childish Gambino's verse the least. But
yes, I hated the beat on that one.
They Don't Like Me with Chance the Rapper.
I like this one.
That shit was
I
fire.
did like this.
This is my first time hearing Chance the Rapper. I had not heard 10 Day yet.
Who was you listening to? Because
clearly
when this tape came out, these was all artists I was familiar with.
Nah, bro.
So I clearly you was rolling in the different hip hop circles.
I was just in a hole somewhere, bro. I don't even think there was like a dark period, I think, between like 2008 to 2012, where I probably just tuned out to hip hop in general. I missed out on a lot of shit, and I had to go back and like, because the stuff that I was looking forward to, this is part of a different conversation. The stuff that I was looking forward to was pissing me off because it was so bad. Like I was looking, and don't ask me why I was looking forward to the things that I was looking forward to. I was looking Universal Mind Control by Common. I was like looking forward to that album, and because it was Common and Pharrell. And I was like, there's no way that this could be whack. And it was whack as hell. And I was like, oh my God, why? And there was a couple other albums where I just, at the time, I hated 808s. It took me like 6 to 8 months to come around on 808s. I hated that. And at a certain point, I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just not doing hip hop for a minute. And
it's not me. It's these rappers.
It's these fucking rappers. Fucking, what else? Jay-Z's Blueprint 3, which was like, fine for like teen clubs, but like I didn't want that album. It was just like a hot streak of bad or mediocre albums that was coming out to where I was like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna move on and do some other shit. And then my boy, one of my best friends, is into like drum and bass, which is like it was just a totally new genre to me. So I got into that heavy, and I was listening to like video game soundtracks and going back, So basically, I went dark, and I missed out on a lot of these people.
Everyone's had that period in their life where they step away from hip hop. Because I did that for a while.
Why is that a mutual thing?
I definitely stepped away for a while, and then that's when I got heavy into like, I guess EDM is what they call it now. Because I was listening to Justice and Daft Punk and all that. Like I was deep into that. I was deep into that wave. And then I came back around to hip hop, basically around this era, like of the blogs and Two Dope Boys and like. I guess like the internet era rappers, I was heavy on. I was every XXL freshman list. I knew pretty much all the rappers for like a long time because I was deep in the blogs. If there was a new rapper, I didn't care if you were big or not. I was gonna give you a shot, and I found so many artists that way. I don't got time to do that shit no more because I was a child.
I know. Yeah, you got more than enough time for sure. No, I feel that. And that's part of why I don't do like the whole like album of the week thing anymore because I just don't feel like keeping up with that kind of shit no more. To be honest, I'm too old. But yeah, no, I had friends that kept up with like the blogs and specifically like the double XL lists, and they would put me on to like the biggest artists from the time. Like so that's how I got into J. Cole before he blew up, and like J. Cole, Big Sean, Wale, or I think like Drake before Thank Me Later, but I wasn't trying to hear that shit to be honest. But
I personally only like rapping Drake to this day. Singing Drake, R&B Drake, I don't like it. But if Drake is like actually rapping, I'll give it a shot. I'm like, you know what? This is a good song. But if he trying to do too much of the non-rapping, I turn it off.
Terry said, "No, I'm not." So again, you're a big fan of his latest album, the one that just came out. You're 10 out of 10.
I still haven't listened to it.
Oh, you need to go.
I have not listened to Drake's
it's all
last
raps,
two.
Dog.
I haven't listened to the last two albums. I know you're lying.
It's all bars.
It's not rap.
It's all bars.
How you gonna just lie on the internet?
What you talking about? He got that song with 21 Savage on it, bro. Just listen to that one. It's the whole album.
No.
That shit's
I've
hot.
listened to the one with 21 Savage.
Yeah.
You talking about Knife Talk?
No. That's off of that's off of Certified Lover Boy. He got a
Like
new
I said,
song.
I haven't listened to all of that one yet either because I have a feeling he's gonna be doing
that
something
one's
I wanna
whack.
hear.
That one's whack. No, that one's terrible.
Oh, okay.
Honestly, never mind. It's all bars. You need to check that out.
Why you lie? I know you lying,
bro?
like,
Look up what's it called? Jimmy Cooks. Jimmy can cook. I forgot what the shit's called. I'm about to look it up right now. I'm telling you,
bro. Because I know
just
damn
listen to
well.
that one song, and I promise you, Jimmy Cooks, bro. Just listen to that one song and then hit me back.
I bet you lying to me right
I'm
now.
not.
I feel like you set me up for the
bro,
okie
on
doke.
everything.
I feel like you
Listen, it's
have
got
me walk into some
21
bullshit.
Savage on it, bro. What can he do wrong? He in his bag
I
right
love
now.
21.
Exactly. So if you don't trust me and if you don't trust Drake, at least trust 21.
21 has not steered me wrong yet. Even though he lied about being from Atlanta, he ain't steered me wrong yet.
Y'all see how we have taken this conversation so far off from the rest of this royalty album? That's kind of because the rest of it ain't really worth talking about. There are a few songs on here like Arrangement. I skip that shit every single time. And I think it's just because the beat is so basic that I can't stand it.
I actually love Arrangement.
Oh, see, that's what I was about to say. I thought I heard you say what, so I just
I did. No. You skipped over.
Yeah,
look,
I hate that song, and I think the guy rapping on it is boring as fuck. But that's just me.
What?
I'm sorry.
Goldage?
Yeah,
I've never listened to this nigga on any other songs, but I love this verse.
I don't, man.
I love
It
this.
sounds
With
like
his tag, bang bang. That shit's catchy.
The beat and his rapping sound like the shit that me and my homeboys used to do like in high school over Fruity Loops. You know, like that's really what it sounded like to me. I hate that, and don't shoot me. Don't hurt me. I don't want no beef. But
Look, I love that verse.
not my jam. I don't like the song with Haim, but I do love Haim. Shout out to Haim. The Won't Stop. I don't care. The We Are. I don't like Won't Stop either. Bronchitis. I think I like the beat on that one, but it's like a little too slow for me.
Yep, I agree. I don't like that one either.
I like Wonderful. Actually, I like the last three songs.
I love Wonderful.
I love Wonderful. I like Make It Go Right with Kilo Keish. I really like that song.
Oh, fuck no.
Oh,
but Wonderful is good. I think that if I feel like Wonderful should have been a longer song.
Yeah.
Wonderful had potential to be on. Wonderful sounds like it could have been on like it was too good for this mixtape. Like that's how I feel about Wonderful.
Damn, even after how good the top half was, the song was still too good.
It's because the vibe of Wonderful sounds more like an album song.
It does.
The rest of this just sounds like I'm trying to show these niggas like a rap. Put it on this tape.
And you know
Wonderful
what?
sounds like this nigga was trying to make something appealing to the masses.
And that's what's crazy. You could throw this song out at a club and it'll always be a deep cut. You know, people are like, wait, Childish Gambino got some new music out? This shit came out in 2012, bro. It's like, what? So yeah, we hate the song with Kilo Keish, and by we I mean you, because I really like it. I didn't like it in the beginning because Kilo be whisper rapping, but I listened to her mixtape, K Plus, and I love that shit. And so I came around on this song.
I've never listened to her after this.
I mean,
heard her on this, and I said, "Oh nah, mama, I can't do it."
Yeah, it's not gonna change your mind. I'm not gonna. She came out with a new album, I think, last year that I really want to listen to, but like a lot of her stuff is very much in this whisper rap singing vein. And then Real Estate,
hated
it. And then Real Estate, I love the swag that he ends on, the swag that Alley Boy ends on.
That's my shit.
Yeah, that like it comes in strong. The little outro where he introduces Tina Fey.
Having Tina Fey as a feature is a crazy flex.
Exactly. It just is. He's just like, she's we in here. Sounded like somebody white mama that just walked in the booth, like just walk in there and just say whatever. And that's literally what she did.
She didn't know what was going on. There was some things where they was probably recording this on set somewhere in a trailer. She just happened to walk by. I was like, "Oh, what y'all up to? Rapping? You trying to hop on the track, Tina?" She's like, "What?" Let me talk my shit right quick. Like that's really what it sounds like.
Hilarious. I mean, absolutely hilarious. What a way to end this album. Just to remind y'all to like, yeah, I got bars, but I also got jokes. You know, just to remind y'all, don't take me too seriously, nigga.
I remember when he first came out, he had the I Am Donald tour, which he would never do again, and it was like a half concert, half stand up set. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to go to it, but again, he didn't come to my small town, so I didn't go. But he would never do a tour like that again. But
yeah. What a
Memories.
Bruh, I missed out on it because of the internet tour, just because I was too late on buying tickets, but all my friends went.
I missed out on
that was the
so
worst
many
time.
good tours. I missed out on the Dollar and the Dream tour. I missed out. I was missing out on tours mainly because I was just young. I knew my mom wouldn't give me money to go to concerts. She was
Right.
what? What? You what? The first concert I went to, but I did see most of the artists that I love today. I did see in concert already, so I don't gonna do it again. I saw Kendrick in concert back in high school, even before Good Kid, Mad City came out. I already seen him. This was after Section 80. He came to Tampa. Me and Quan went to Tampa to go see him. It was smart. I saw all of Black Hippie except Schoolboy. Schoolboy was on
Damn.
tour with A$AP Rocky. Everybody was at that show. Absol and J-Rock was the opener, surprisingly, for Kendrick.
Oh, that's lit.
Small club. And then I was hoping Schoolboy would have showed up because Schoolboy, like I said, was on tour with A$AP. But I know around that time their tour dates was in Miami, so it's
You
technically
saying, look,
still
you
Florida.
could swing. Exactly. You could swing through real quick.
It's only like a good 5 hours between Miami and Tampa.
Only 5. Y'all will figure it out.
Like, is that and I know they flying. They're most likely gonna fly. The flight, I promise you, was like 45 minutes at the most. He could have made it to meet up with the rest of TDE, but you know, it is what it is. I saw everybody but
Everybody but
who I'm
Schoolboy.
talking about?
Schoolboy.
Schoolboy.
I did not
Everybody
you
but
going so
Schoolboy.
far down the rabbit hole, man. Said, what was I saying?
Me and Kendrick was wearing the same shoes. We was wearing the same J's.
That's a strange detail to remember, but I will remember if I was wearing the same shoes as one of my favorite rappers, so I can't say nothing.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah, man. That's Childish Gambino's royalty. If there are people listening that have never heard this mixtape and are fans of Childish Gambino, go back and listen to it. If
Is there songs that we're gonna recommend?
Are there
specifically?
I mean, sure. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, let's do our. What are you used to? We do 5. Is that playing by
That's
dead
the
end rules?
studio.
Yeah, we play. Okay, by dead end rules, let's pick 5. I'm going. I'm going. We Ain't Them.
Okay.
Black Faces. Unnecessary.
Yep.
Toxic. And Wonderful. Those are my 5.
All right, that's good. That's good. I'm gonna go backwards to forwards. I need Wonderful on there.
Okay.
I need definitely not that. There's Silk Pillows.
Not that. Okay. Let me put a finger down.
Unnecessary.
Yes, sir.
So I'm submit to. Give me One Up because I actually like that song
Yes.
too.
We party till the sun up.
Black Faces. What's gonna be my 5th? Fuck no. I'm not mean to say Won't Stop. I'm a liar. Did not mean that. Give me Arrangement is my 5th because that Golden verse carried it.
All right, man. All right, look.
Blind
now-
hoes notice me? Come on, bro. Come
Now,
on, bro.
I hate when people get on my show or get in my presence and make me question whether or not I'm crazy about a song. Cause now I feel like I got to go back and listen to it and give it a real chance. And if I come away from it, all right,
This
look,
man
I'm
said,
a
stacking
re-listen.
up this bread like a baker.
Stop.
Josephine.
Stop.
Stop playing with this
I'm
man.
gonna re-listen to Arrangement. You have to listen to the one song off the Drake album that I'm telling you to listen to. It's gonna make
the one with 21, right?
yeah, it's gonna make you want to listen to the rest of the album, but just listen to that one first.
Okay, I'll do it.
You can be like, holy shit, Drake back. No, I'm just playing.
I leave doubt it.
No. You at least like it, I think. And then you listen to the whole album because, like I said, he barred up. That's a wild thing to say about Drake in 2022. Anyway,
It
man,
is.
I want to thank you for coming through. I know I said no more than 30 minutes, but we went 35.
That's cool.
But-
You know what I'm saying? I think it's within the range of what I expect.
Exactly, there it is. You know, that's about the range of a perfect album for me. I think 35 to 45 minutes is the perfect length.
Amen.
So I'll let the people know where they can find you. Reintroduce yourself
All right.
the correct way, not like I did in the beginning.
Yeah, if you want to talk about hip hop, if you want to talk about video games, anime, all that nerd stuff, all my socials are the same. At Not Bloodbath. I'm gonna spell it for you. NOTBLDBTH. There are no vowels in Bloodbath. There is the O still in Not, but everything else is vowelless. And yeah, I guess hit me up. That's what I'll be up to.
Do you have that written down somewhere when you explain your username, or are you so used to saying it that like you just have it memorized?
I have it memorized.
It's just okay. BLD BTH. There are no vowels. Like you said that, like you read it off a teleprompter.
Nah, because I know I have to explain it. They're like,
Okay.
but I'm typing bloodbath, you're not coming up. Oh, because you're putting the vowels.
You putting the mo's and the mays, and I told y'all by putting them oohs and ahs in there.
It's always interesting, like if I'm on Twitch and I hop in somebody's Twitch chat, and I've seen them try to read my name the first time, like not BLD, but sometimes people get it off rip, like, oh yeah, bloodbath. Like, oh okay, see, you can read between the lines.
Let me see.
Okay.
What else could you think? You could think bold. Bold bath? Bold.
People just be thinking it's a random string of letters.
Right. It's just what the hell is that? Anyway, man, thank you for coming through. Appreciate, definitely got to have you back on to talk about anything else you want, and it's any other albums that we line up on.
Plenty of recommendations. I love talking hip hop.
Awesome. Appreciate you coming through, bro.
Bro, peace.
Peace. All right, y'all. And that has been another episode of Jukebox 2. I appreciate you coming through. I hope you enjoyed that more of today's episode was focused on music. Next week, if I'm feeling up to it, and I mean, we might have to do it over Discord just to keep people safe, but I'm planning on discussing an R&B album that I've been wanting to get to for months now, because back when it first came out, I was running that one into the ground. Lucky Days Candy Drip. I'm excited to talk about that album with y'all, talk about it with my friend Nick, and to see how you felt about the album. So we're going to get into a discussion on that next week, and I hope you tune in. If you enjoyed what you heard today, please tell a friend and tell that friend and tell a friend to come listen to Jukebox 2. Come watch me on YouTube. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. You can follow me everywhere at J Burritos. That's Jay Burritos, except TikTok, because one of you bitches stole my name. So on TikTok, my name is J Burritox. So Jay Burritos, but there's a K in between the O and the S. Pretty simple to get. Appreciate y'all being here. Again, if you could leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, wherever you listen to it, leave a comment on the YouTube video, helps the algorithm get going, and just show up next week. I appreciate it. I'm trying to give y'all more of me, trying to be more consistent, trying to get back into the swing of things, and I feel it working. I feel good about what's happening here, and I hope you do too. I'll see you next week. I love you. Be safe. Don't touch nothing. Wear your mask. Wear your mask. All right. Love you. Peace.